View of gays. Well, um, I mean, the big picture is they're fine people until they have their way with you. Seriously though, I was serious. I'm serious. That's the big picture here. But when that happens, you gotta pick yourself up and say, well, what just happened? And was that fun? I don't know, but you analyze the situation. You wait for your stool to start looking normal again, and you start to say, well, and maybe that's how gay goes from being genetic to, or you're born with it, to environmental. You just sort of do we have this tendency to be gay if we're indoctrinated properly? I suspect that people can be gay just because women aren't putting out. That's what I should be. I should be gay because women they're not digging me. They're busy doing everybody else except me. So and then they have they're sponsoring all these churches that say don't be gay. They're against gay rights and everything. And yet they're not saying, hey women, when a guy comes up to you and says, hey, I need some loving, you should put up. And it's really these preachers aren't saying that. They just say, hey, stop being gay. Well, and then you got one second. Then you got the Ted Haggards out there who are preaching one thing and then banging the guys on the side. So everybody's it's either a hypocrite or just a hater. I mean, it's like I don't know. I don't understand what's the hate about gays. I have no problem with my good friend. One second. Let's see if I should say his name. 1 second. I'll just say a high school friend, Greg. People are picking on him because he sort of has gay tendencies, and I would stick up for him. I say, what are you talking about? It turns out he became gay, and after I don't know, in college or something, and that was fine. But I guess there is that sort of a look or whatever, that sort of behavior that indicates the gayness, and truly, I don't know. Maybe people have a problem with gay because it's hard to understand. It really is, and I can. Let me think here. Let me think of this. I guess it's hard for me to understand it because it's not natural. It doesn't seem natural to me to be gay because our main purpose in life as a human, as every species, is to procreate, advance your species, and procreate and have children and have that and continue the chain of a genetic link. But if you're gay, you're no longer going to be having any children. That's what's fascinating to me, is that it exists. And I guess it exists in most species. Dogs, they put them in a room and for the mating process, and they'll find that they're not helping each other. They're not interested. It's not. So I guess it happened. It happens. I'm not sure what happened in the wiring in the brain that sort of caused that. I make it sound like it's something wrong, but I guess in some sense it does seem wrong. It does seem wrong, and yet I don't care. I am for gay rights. I want them to be civil unions, and I want everybody to be happy. But I mean, so when I say something's wrong, it's like it just doesn't seem natural to me. A natural process is to procreate, advance your species, in other words, advance yourself, and then procreate. I have had a few experiences with. Look at the gay test link, peer pressure, gay test peer pressure link. It's when people think that you can't get along with the women, like me. I'm a hard lay. They think that you just need a little coercing to be gay. You just need a little bit of little bit of a helping hand, peer pressure to open up that butt a little bit, Anyways, I was in the Navy. One second. When I was in the Navy, there was a fairly open gay guy that was actually sort of on the supervisor level, and it's just kind of it's something. When I was in high school, I joke around about with my friends Kenny and Scotty Hammerschmidt, and we'd say homo you don't, like, oh no you don't, but homo you don't, But you always kid around about being gay. We mess around like it's not, like it doesn't exist, like it's just something that sounds funny, It's because it kind of is. It doesn't, you don't come across it that often. At least when I grew up in Smallville, you just think you just didn't come across it. But in the Navy, there was a supervisor, and he's sort of in the mood, and I guess you don't want to bend over in front of them. Just to get them excited, and the next thing you know, they're damn near drooling, and I don't know. We had this thing in the Navy on the ships called fan rooms. It's basically you sort of get away, and the joke is that gay fun is happening in the fan rooms where nobody can be seen. But one second. Early on in the Navy, some sailor says, "Hey, let's go out," and we go to a video parlor where there's nudity. It's somewhere in, I think, Great Lakes, Chicago, and check out these videos. And he introduced me to the gay ones, the gay videos, and he says, "What do you think about that?" And I'm like, "Well, where's the female ones, I didn't realize till almost when he dropped me off that this was the introduction. This is how, if I would have responded, well, that looks kind of interesting. I suppose he may have made some kind of a forwarding motion of you said something more forward to, I believe he was a gay guy looking to see if that kind of visual turned me on. So I really hadn't seen a gay video until just a month or two ago. I got online there and saw just to witness it, just to see if Mr. Hankey would make any motions, when I was watching a gay video, and thank goodness he didn't. So that would be a little bit interesting if I'm somehow going to get excited from a gay video. But I think people are. I don't know how many people are gay in this world. If it's 10%, that'd be shocking to me. 1 in 10. That'd be shocking. I mean, that doesn't seem, it's like not natural. It's not a natural procreation process. So why in the world would it be like, I don't know if it's 10% or 5, or I don't know, but I can definitely see environmentally being gay if women aren't taking care of any needs, and you sort of just fall into that hole, literally fall into the hole. But I guess there's a pleasure spot. I forget what it's called, some kind of G spot in the butt. I think that's what makes it feel good when you take a crap. But I guess it's the same spot where if the penis is rubbing against it, I guess it can feel the same. Jeez. Oh boy. Oh, it's weird. As far as women being gay and watching two women be gay, I've watched that, Girls Gone Wild kind of thing or whatever, and again, it's the same principle. I just don't quite understand it. Pretty much guessing the penis is made to pleasure a woman's vagina, so pretty much, that should be the natural act, I suppose. For procreation, same thing. I'm not a woman, so I don't know what they're thinking, and I just know that it's just sort of really off limits the whole subject is off limits. For me being a man, and to explore that avenue, guys are great for friends, but it's like I don't know how they can do it, but they do it because I guess it feels good, or it's just they're programming, their mindset's different. They're wired a little differently, and I believe it's genetic. Again, I believe it can be environmental, and I'm happy. I'm happy for them. I want them to be happy in that aspect, and I don't think that it should be shunned. From 1 second. I like the civil rights thing. I believe that there's certain legal things that can be enhanced with civil unions, and I believe they should have all the rights of a married couple. I just think they come on a little strong to guys. It's if they were to come on to me, if I were to come on strong to women like that, that's why I get the 911 calls. That's why they call the police, because hey, you want a mate? That's like or just it just seems like the guys are more direct. They'll just come right up there and just they'll just anyways. But sometimes they're a little bit too forward, and they're trying to recruit. They're trying to recruit more, and I know that guys can tolerate more on that level, but it can be like a little shocking as well even for guys when a big come on is approaching. I know some will actually marry a lady, and they'll be I don't know if they're having sex or not, but they're so shunned by society that they'll pretend to have a marriage, a real marriage going, despite the fact that they're having gay partners. They're essentially gay. So it's too bad that people can't be a little bit more accepting of people, especially the religious community.